Welcome, magical friends, to today's enchanting tale, Lola the Lost Witch. Join us as we follow Lola, a young witch who faces an unexpected challenge when she gets lost in a mystical forest. Along the way, she learns valuable lessons about courage, friendship, and the power of asking for help. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for more magical adventures. High up in the moonlit sky, Lola soared on her broomstick, wind rushing through her hair. Tonight was her first solo flight. She'd practiced for weeks and felt confident as she zoomed through the clouds. But as the stars twinkled brighter, a thick fog rolled in, and soon she couldn't see anything. Lola's heart raced as she tried to navigate through the mist. The trees below seemed unfamiliar, and the path she'd carefully memorized was now lost. Panic bubbled up inside her, and her broom wobbled as she hovered, unsure of where to go. "What do I do now?" she whispered to herself. As Lola descended through the fog, she found herself in a mysterious forest, dense with towering trees and vines. The air was thick with the sounds of chirping insects and rustling leaves. She landed softly, her feet sinking into the mossy ground, and realized she had no idea where she was. Tears welled up in Lola's eyes. "I'm lost," she murmured. "How will I ever find my way home?" Just then, she heard a soft voice. "Don't cry, little witch," it said kindly. She looked around and spotted a wise old owl perched on a branch above her. "I can help," the owl hooted. Lola wiped her tears and asked, "Do you know the way out of this forest?" The owl ruffled his feathers and said, "Not exactly, but I know the ones who can guide you." With a flap of his wings, the owl flew off, beckoning Lola to follow. She mounted her broom and followed his lead. After flying a short distance, the owl landed by a bubbling brook where a family of playful raccoons was gathering berries. "They know the woods better than anyone," the owl explained. The raccoons smiled warmly at Lola and offered her a handful of berries to ease her nerves. "We'll show you the way," the head raccoon said. "But first, we must cross the river safely." Lola watched as they skillfully hopped from rock to rock across the river, and with their help, she carefully followed, her broom in hand. The raccoons giggled, making the journey lighthearted. As they continued, a bright blue butterfly flitted past them, sparkling in the sunlight. "Follow me," it chimed, its wings shimmering. "I know a shortcut through the glen." With a grateful smile, Lola followed the butterfly, marveling at how kind the animals were to help her. The butterfly led them to a patch of tall, golden grass swaying gently in the breeze. A small deer approached shyly. "You look lost," the deer said softly. "I can show you a safe path out of the forest, but it winds through the hills. It's easy to get confused if you don't pay attention." Lola nodded, grateful for the guidance. "I'll be careful," she promised. As the group trekked through the hills, Lola felt more confident. Each step she took, she learned a little more about the importance of staying calm and trusting her new friends. As the sun began to set, the owl flew ahead and called back, "We're close now, Lola." Lola's heart swelled with hope. The shadows stretched across the forest floor, but the glow of fireflies lit their way, sparkling like tiny stars around them. At last, they reached the edge of the forest. Lola could see the familiar mountains in the distance that marked the way back home. She sighed with relief, realizing how far she'd come, not just in distance, but in courage. "Thank you, everyone," she said with a smile. The owl hooted warmly. "Remember, Lola, asking for help doesn't make you weak. It shows strength and wisdom." The raccoons nodded, and the butterfly fluttered around her in agreement. "We'll always be here if you need us," said the deer, its gentle eyes twinkling. Lola climbed back onto her broom and waved goodbye to her new friends. "I'll never forget you," she called as she took to the skies once more. This time, the stars seemed brighter, and her broom felt steady beneath her. She had found her way, thanks to the kindness of others. As she flew home, Lola thought about everything she had learned. She realized that sometimes, even witches need a little help from friends. It wasn't about magic or spells. It was about courage, trust, and asking for guidance when the path seemed unclear. With a joyful heart, Lola landed at her cottage, the fog now gone. She had started the night feeling lost and alone, but now she knew she was never truly by herself. With friends like the owl, the raccoons, the deer, and the butterfly, she could face any challenge ahead. Thank you for watching Lola the Lost Witch. We hope you enjoyed this magical journey filled with friendship and bravery. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more enchanting stories. And remember, don't be afraid to ask for help. Even witches need friends. See you in the next adventure.